Chosen ones, you are highly, highly powerful. A lot of you don't even realize your own power. And uh, oftentimes in the past, you were told you were powerful by other people. So other people were extremely intimidated. They, um, and because they were so intimidated by you, they tried to make you feel a certain way. Um, they could sense your good heart and your huge heart, your huge aura. And this power of yours made them feel weak. And so they tried to put you down. They tried to ignore you. They tried to discount everything that you were talking about. And all of that was done just to make themselves feel better, to make themselves feel bigger. But little did they know that that's not effective and it doesn't work. Putting other people down only makes you feel weaker. I mean, it only makes you weaker, right? So it weakens you. And so your power is extremely intimidating to other people. And some people, they weren't too intimidated. They actually came up to you and they told you how powerful you were. Oftentimes, a lot of people started competing with you. And they started competing with you either, to try to get, by asking you different questions, right? And so, of course, their ego got involved and they felt this power about you. So they would try to compete with you when it came to money. But little do they know that your power has almost nothing to do with the money, with the finances. Okay, although once your energy aligns with the right frequency of money, right, as the vibration of money is actually very high, right? And so once you sort of fix your inner world, right, and you go within and you work on any negative mindsets that you might have had, right, that maybe were programmed to you, by the people that you lived with, right? Through various means such as, constant repetition of, things saying that money is evil, right? Or, only bad people have money and things like that, right? And so maybe you learned this faulty programming when you were little, right? And so maybe that's something that you still have to work on. And so your power has nothing to do with money. Although, like I said, you're slowly realizing that it's your inner world that needs to be changed in order for your for the outer world to, for your outer world to reflect your inner world, right? So your rich inner world, right? So if you have this rich inner world, if you're working on your mindset, if you're taking care of your body, and if you're taking care of your mind, if you're if you're living the holy life, right, then sooner than later your frequency is going to align to the money frequency too, and to the blessings, right, and to everything that you truly deserve. And so basically, right, so a lot of people do not understand that your power has nothing to do or has very little to do with money, if anything. And so, but they still try to compete with you when it came to that, right? So they would ask you, what do you do for work? What kind of, who do you know, right? Like what kind of a house do you live in, right? What kind of a car do you drive? So a lot of people, more often than not, and especially those that are very lost in their ego, those that are, blinded by their ego, right? They're going to try to compete with you, and they think it's about the money. They think that your energy, they think that you're super, super financially wealthy, right? When in reality, maybe you're not, right? And in fact, a lot of us chosen ones are not super wealthy, and the reason being is because we haven't sold ourselves to the devil when the opportunities presented themselves. You best believe that they were presented to us, and a lot of us just simply do not value these things. We don't value the material things. We can do without them. We value time. We value, energy, feeling good, right? Health, just joy, right? And we find joy in the little things, like playing with our children, right? And I don't know, sledding. The other day I went sledding, and I got this thing, this like little seat, right, with the holder, right? And we went into the store, and this lady's like, I have a single kid, right? I have one child, so, and the lady in the store was like, and I took two, right? And the lady in the store was like, just one, right? And I was like, no, two. And she's like, just one, right? I was like, no, two. Like, so she couldn't believe like that I'm getting two, like one for me, right, and one for my kiddo. Anyway, so it's that inner child in you, right? It should always be alive, and chosen ones know this. It's the inner child that's always going to be within us, right? It's the Holy Spirit too. It's playful, right? It's meant to be playful. It's meant to be enjoyed, right? We're not here to like grow up and then become a certain age and then stop living, right? Like most people do this, right? But chosen ones are not like this. Society tells you that when you hit like when you hit 25, right, life ends. You just need to get married, right? And then, I don't know, like as if marriage is some kind of given deal, right? As if it's some kind of, I don't know, as if it's something that will prevent all the problems, right? As if it's this magical thing that will make all the problems disappear and go away, right? When in reality, really, guys, this is not the case at all, okay? Marriage is beautiful. I believe in marriage personally, but to the right person, right? And so, and guys, you best believe that chosen ones know, especially the chosen ones that have awakened, right, at this time. And a lot of you guys have awakened, right, to your power. You've realized who you are, okay? You've been searching for, you've been trying to find who you are your entire life, right, to this day. And so a lot of you have probably taken all of these different tests, like Myers-Briggs tests, right? And you've, I don't know, even explored astrology, right? Even though that's not allowed in the Bible, right? At one point, guys, I've gotten like very deep into astrology just to figure out who I was, just to learn about other people, right? And things like that, right? And so sooner or later, guys, you quickly realize that you're not like everyone else, and you really certainly do stand out, okay? And it's your big heart that makes you stand out, and also your spiritual abilities, right? It's your abilities to read the room. It's your ability to read the energy of another person, right? So there comes a time in your life when, of course, society will gaslight you, right? Will make you think that, no, your intuition is dumb, right? Don't believe it. Your gifts are, they're irrelevant, right? Like what you're feeling, right, is nonsense. But sooner or later, you actually understood that what you were feeling is definitely not nonsense, and it definitely it's kind of like this, okay? We don't, as chosen ones, no longer have to get to know other people, and guess why? The typical rules do not apply to the chosen ones because they're highly spiritually gifted. They're highly ranked in the spiritual realm, okay? God has given them beautiful, beautiful abilities to, to fight the battles, the spiritual battles that they're meant to fight here, on this earth. And so, we no longer have to get to know people. All we have to do is, it's very hard to look at a picture, right, and read a person or feel the person through the picture, for me personally, but it's much easier for me to see another person, okay? And then I will know everything that there is to know. So I'm sure a lot of you guys are just like this, right? Like the chosen ones, they can just look at a person, they can look into their eyes, literally, okay? And they will get all the information that they need to know, okay? And that's, once again, it's simply by reading energy. We can read energy, we can read the rooms that we step into, right? We can read the environments, countries, right? Flying over America, right? That's, you know, to me, there's a lot of fear, right? And that's very, very much felt, right? A lot of people are in their ego, especially in America, right? And so, of course, I don't want to dump on America, right? But it is the UK and America is the root of all evil, okay? And the reason being is because people are still very much in their ego, and they're still very much blinded, right, by that ego. And when someone is unaware, someone is living in an illusion, right, in a self-created illusion, right? And also, of course, society created this illusion too, right? But once again, it starts with an individual, right, that creates this illusion. And so, because, you know, people are living in false reality that they've created individually and then collectively, then they can become evil, right? Because unconscious people do evil things, right? It's the unconscious people that do evil things. But anyways, back to the power, right? So we no longer have to get to know other people. We can simply look at them and look them into the eyes, and we will know everything that there is to know, okay? We can do the same things with the things that are, I think it's called clairsentience, right? Or clairsentient. It's when you can feel when things are going to come in, okay? So you can feel things like I felt when something was going to happen, something big was going to happen before COVID hit, you know? And once again, I believe it has something to do with reading the energy of the environment, of the world, of the collective, okay? And so I could feel when, you know, I left right before COVID hit, you know? I left America, right? I left right before a major hurricane hit Key West, and it destroyed it, completely destroyed it, you know? I felt it very, very much in my being and my soul, right? I felt that I shouldn't be taking this, right? Guys, before the majority of us got the data, okay, to prove that this was the case, okay? When, you know, I don't know, people started, major, you know, athletes started collapsing on the floor because of what happened, right? A lot of people started having heart problems, right? As a result of this thing, right? And so let's not talk about this. I don't want to discuss this, right, guys? But it's like this knowingness that we have, okay? And we don't need proof. We don't need a rational mind, okay? We don't need a rational mind in order to, you know, to finally get the data. We don't need the data that might be faulty, okay? Sometimes it's not, sometimes it is. It's, you know, more often than not, data can be fabricated too, right? But anyways, we don't need to have the data in order to know something, because we have that gift. More often than not, a lot of us have the gift of knowing, okay? Something before it happens. And so this is, you know, and that includes people, right? We can read energy really, really well, so we know what the person is like, okay? Our intuition will say yes or no almost immediately, and sometimes we can give them the benefit of the doubt, right? But when we do, and that has proven to be the case in every instance when we've met someone and when we've given them the benefit of the doubt, right? And when we actually made the mistake of getting involved, even against our feelings and intuition, right? And our gifts, we've learned that we should trust our intuition in every way. We should trust our knowingness, okay, our psychic knowingness about another individual, and not get involved, period, you know, because we have learned to first of all, you know, trust our gifts and our abilities while others don't, you know, and that's the beautiful thing, right? So guys, the chosen ones are extremely powerful, okay, and we are not powerful because we have a lot of financial abundance, although that is coming too, guys, okay? The God's promise is here, okay? Chosen ones are going to be rewarded for the work that nobody else sees. And so, you know, we are extremely gifted, guys, in every way, okay? And so don't let anyone, you know, don't let anyone gaslight these abilities of yours, okay? Fully embrace them and trust them, and you know, yeah, you do not need any confirmations from the external world, okay? A lot of people will tell you that you're crazy, right? A lot of people, because they themselves do not believe in their own abilities, right? They themselves only see the physical. They cannot see beyond the physical. Their veil hasn't been lifted yet, right? And so it takes time, you know, and some people might awaken to another side of things, to this world that is the unseen, right? And you know, this is what my channel is all about. It's to awaken and to help you guys awaken to another reality that is so beyond amazing, right? And that actually it makes living in this, just the physical realm, right? It makes seeing this another reality, things become more fun, things become more exciting, okay? Things are not as limiting anymore. You know, it's kind of like in the movie like The Matrix, right? You go beyond your mind, okay? And into the world that you never knew existed, but you've seen it in the fairy tales. You've seen it in like every movie, right? There's so many movies that show you the side of life that we choose, many of us choose not to see and just choose to completely ignore. But there's just so much to life than what meets the eye, you know, than just the physical and the rational mind, right? And so I think sooner or later, guys, by watching my videos, you will come to see this too. And you will come to realize this, okay? And I think a lot of you will start kind of waking up, okay? If you haven't already. But yeah, so big changes are coming, you know, and chosen ones are super powerful, okay? Own your power. It is time to own your power, to take it back, and to not give it away to the people that will come into your life, who will try to limit you, who will try to tell you who you are, what you're capable of, and so on, okay? You know what you are. At this point, if you've had your spiritual awakening, you've come to your power, you know who you are, you know what you stand for, you know what you're here to do, you know your mission. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, okay? You know your mission. You're not delusional, you are not crazy, okay? And you are extremely gifted and special, and this world really, really needs you, okay? So you're here to change the world, you're here to shake things up, and it has nothing to do with money, okay? In fact, money will be used to try to, you know, shut you down, shut you off, you know, shut you up, and put you, you know, clip your wings and put you back into your cage, okay? Don't let that happen, all right? Thank you so much, guys. Much love to you.